Dive, 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 100 feet. Beep, 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 beep.
Today we have a great idea! How to turn a regular $1 garden lamp into a survival emergency flashlight. This flashlight is waterproof and it will last for 12 hours minimum. If you're hanging out, camping, hiking, anywhere, if you run out of batteries and you have no light in the middle of the night, then this will save your ass. Watch the video till the end. If not, subscribe right now. Without further ado, let's start building.
So, I recently bought this garden lamp, very cheap, from the local hardware store. This one was less than $1, but now that they're in season, they can even be found at 50 cents. I found some. We're only interested in one or two pieces, mainly the axial inductor. That's what we're searching for.
Okay, so this is the piece we're interested. This axial inductor, which is in this case yellow, violet, brown, and silver. It means 470 microhenry. So this axial inductor is perfect for our Joule Thief circuit. Let's take it out. Okay, so these are the items that we've repurposed from the garden lamp, and it's just what we need.
For this build, you could just repurpose the circuit from the garden lamp itself, but you see there is a problem. This is the light from the garden lamp,
And this is the light from all Joule Thief lantern. There is quite the difference. This compared to this is usable light, and that one is barely reading light.
so it's pretty obvious now that we're going to use a Joule Thief. I'll place the schematics directly on the screen. There are many versions out there, but this is the correct one. It uses the resistor behind the mini transformer, and it's much more efficient this way because it draws in more current. I won't go into many details and just keep it simple for this video. I will have a separate video explaining how to increase the efficiency of the circuit.
You are going to need a 5 kilo ohm resistor. The switch is optional, you'll see. And you're also going to need a NPN 2N.2222 transistor. Yeah, those are all the parts that you need. Only 4 parts and a little bit of copper wire. That's it. Now we're going to wind 16 turns. Okay, that's it, 16 turns, and now you can do just quick 1, 2, 3 turns only on the wire tool, just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. If you want to lock it in place, it helps to add a little bit of hot glue. Yep. And there's the transformer. You need to gently scrape off the enema, the isolation from this one. Now take your resistor and solder it right here, okay? Now the resistor goes to the base of the transistor. And this is your really small circuit. You only need to add the LED. And our little wire that feeds the circuit needs to go to the collector, so we need to bend this one a little.
An important tip right here, you must solder the thin wire to the collector, and the axial inductor, solder that one to the resistor side. If you wire them the other way around, it will not work properly.
And now we should do a quick test. Please test it before you put it in the syringe. Minus and where is the plus? Doesn't work. Not good. So it didn't work. That's not good.
So as I found out the hard way, not all axial inductors are the same. I asked ChatGPT to see if there is any difference between them, and indeed there is. Both axial inductors have the same value, 470 microhenry in this case, but one of them oscillates, the other one does not. The one that I took out from the garden lamp does not oscillate. It's a cheap part and probably does not use ferrite, or it uses a big air gap to simulate the same value. Because of this, it does not saturate and it does not create oscillation. So if you encounter this problem, as I did, just buy a store axial inductor, and that one will work for sure. The ones that are a little bit bulkier, if you see this one is a little bit flat, while the store-bought one is bulkier a bit and will definitely work. The axial inductor that I'm using in this case is also small, but it's store-bought. So these are the ones that I'm using, and they are okay. They are good. They have little bulbs at the ends, and they work perfectly. They are also small, so the size doesn't always mean. If they have small bulbs at the end, they are good. I will have a separate video explaining exactly how to make the Joule Thief work even with scrap parts. So just stay close and I will show you how to master this circuit.
Just try to find the center. It doesn't need to be exact, but Pac-Man. When you overlap them, it creates a cone shape. Like that. One leg is enough, you don't need to do the other one. This is just to make it look pretty. And now we've made the circuit pretty small that it can fit inside the syringe. Minus goes on the emitter side and plus goes on this side. You can see it works. Yep. Nice bright light. That's good. That's what we want. Your battery is going to be up until the 2mm line, and you're going to put the plus sign on the bottom because we're going to put this on top.
After you've made your circuit really small, do another quick test just to make sure you won't regret it.
This is perfect for our contact. It does not rust as it is nickel plated. It's the perfect circle. We're going to use this. Some old headphone wire will work best for this. It's very soft. That's about right.
So when you get to this part, make sure you've tested everything before. That's why I keep stressing on testing, because after you've put hot glue on it, you will not be able to recycle the circuit. This is the point of no return.
So here we are, my friends. Final product.
There is actually a part that we've intentionally left out. That is the switch. And if you want to know why, well, I'll just let the man himself explain to you.
If the design takes a long time to build, it's the wrong design. This is the fundamental thing. The best part is no part. It weighs nothing, costs nothing, can't go wrong. So, as obvious as that sounds, the best part is no part. Undesigning is the best thing. Just delete it. That's the best thing.
So, do we need the switch? Extra.
And if you want to turn it off, the flashlight, you can use anything. You could use a leaf, piece of paper, anything that is insulative. You just put it inside, it will stop the contact, and you can carry it in your backpack with no issues.
Simple is better, more reliable, redundant, and fully waterproof.
Much to the amusement of the kids, I did the test in the aquarium, and they were behind me giggling. So the LED does not seem very bright right now, but when you turn off the lights, it's a totally different story. It's bright enough so you can see even 20 meters away if you're in the forest during the night. So for emergency situations, it will get you out of trouble for sure. I use it to leave it outside during the night on camp, and you will have 12 hours of light from one AA battery, which is really good. To see how much it lasts, I left it all night running, and just on the 12-hour mark, it went off. So 12 hours of usable light for emergency flashlight is good enough for me.
If you put the switch on it, it will not be waterproof anymore because it creates leaks. If you're out camping, you can just leave it on the table, just like that, and it will stay there all night, shining bright. Usually when you have a little bit of light, wild animals will not approach camp because it scares them away. So just a little bit of light will go a long way of keeping bears away from your tent and your camp. Quite useful device. When I go out camping, I usually carry one of these, and also I have two additional light sources, usually two headlamps. One for walking and one for camp. The one that I use for walking is a long distance, and the one for camp is with lower light and higher efficiency, so it lasts longer. When those two die out, this is the one that remains. 2 AA batteries in the backpack. With this, you're good for 2 days, 2 nights. If you find this useful, please share, do a like, comment, help out the channel as it is barely starting. I'll do my best to post every 3 weeks. Till then, I'll see you in the next one, my friends.